Are Canadian home prices a leading indicator for the Australian market? Hello again, I'm Martin North, the Principal Analyst at Digital Finance Analytics. Today we look at Canadian real estate prices, as there are some interesting parallels with Australia.
Well, they say to be careful what you wish for. And for many Canadians, that wish was for lower housing prices, and now it just may be coming true. The latest numbers show a pretty sharp drop. In March, sales across Canada plunged roughly 22% from last year. The average prices of a home dropped about 10%. But before some of you get your hopes up about buying a house, hold on a sec. The number of homes sold last month actually inched up about 8% compared to February. Why is that important? Because prices typically follow the sales trend.
It is worth noting that household debt is also high in Canada, but not as high as here. Prices in Canada are in fact acting a little skittish, as highlighted in a recent Better Dwelling article. I've put a link in the comments section below. The Canadian Teranet National Bank Price Index shows real estate prices stalled across the country. In addition, the index is making moves we haven't seen outside of a recession. For those that don't know, the Teranet National Bank HPI is a different measure of real estate data that relies on property registry information instead of sales. Many misinformed agents refer to this as a delayed measure, but that's not the case. The use of registry data means that the information is late compared to sales data, but it's more accurate. Using registry information means only completed sales are included. In contrast, the sales measure uses just sales, and in a hot market few sales fall through, so the sales data is definitely a faster read. But in a cooling market, sales can start to fall through as some buyers look for a way out while prices drop. And this is often not reflected in sales data, since the transfer occurs 30 to 90 days after a sale. They each have their trade-offs, and neither is better or worse than the other. If you're really into housing data, it's best to check both to get a real feel for the market. So Canadian real estate prices didn't do a whole lot in March. The 11 city composite index remained virtually unchanged compared to February. Prices are up 6.61% compared to the year before. And National Bank analysts noted that this is the first time outside a recession that the March composite index was not up at least 0.2%. It was also the first time that only 4 out of the 11 markets saw an increase outside of a recession. The unusual move is definitely worth noting from a macro perspective. The Toronto real estate market has no idea what to do right now. The index showed prices remained flat from last month and up 4.31% from last year. Prices are down 7.3% from the July peak when adjusted and 7.9% when non-adjusted. This is the lowest pace of annual price growth since November 2013. Funny thing to note is experts, including some bank executives, are saying the correction is over. Now, technically speaking, a correction hasn't even begun, according to this index. A correction is when prices fall more than 10% from peak in less than a year, which we haven't yet seen. If I didn't know any better, it would appear that mortgage sellers, aka bank executives, are misinformed, which is strange. Vancouver real estate prices, driven entirely by condo appreciation, hit a new time high. Prices increased 0.5% from the month before and are up 15.43% from the same month last year. Prices on the index showed monthly increases in 13 of the past 15 months. Teranet National Bank analysts noted that gains are tapering, and this is consistent with the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. Montreal real estate prices dropped 0.2%. The market brokerages have been attempting to launch, but have failed. The index showed that prices declined 0.2% in March and are up just 4.27% from the same month last year. Annual price increases peaked in December at just under 6% and have been tapering ever since. Technically speaking, Montreal has yet to outperform the general Canadian market. So in summary, Canadian real estate prices are acting unusual compared to movements typically made outside of a recession. However, they are moving in a typical real estate cycle. A gain as large as we've seen nationally has never not been followed by a negative price movement. But try to act surprised when you see it, because bank economists will. If you liked what you saw here today, please do like the post and leave a comment. If you've already subscribed, thanks, I appreciate your support. And if you've not yet done so, please do subscribe to get alerts to new posts. I'm Martin North, the Principal of Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.